Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho challenge, and today it is the final day with Juventus. So it's time to kind of review our time here. We have won the league and it was very comfortable in the end, actually 13 points clear. So really in the end we did very, very well to kind of win the league. It was quite comfortable. We performed very, very well near the end, conceding very few goals, scoring plenty. So I was very, very happy with our performances over the year. Only losing one game in the entire thing, and that happened on the first day of the season. So really, I think we did pretty well at the end. Unfortunately, obviously, we did end up losing in the Champions League. We beat Atalanta in the quarter-final 2-1, but that was it. We lost to Atalanta in the quarter-final 2-1 in the Italian Cup, but lost to Chelsea in the end. It was 3-2 in the first knockout round, which is a bit of a shame, really. I thought we were going to be able to do a little bit better considering our form in the league, but there you go. It happens sometimes. It happens. Generally, though, we've done okay. This is it for Juventus. We have only got 3 years left of the save to try and match the total. So it means that at best, we're only going to get 1 year with at least a club. So we'll have to see how it goes, and hopefully we can find a club that will suit us. But we have got another trophy to add, so that will be added at the end of the episodes. But yeah, that is where we're at. We'll have to take a look at our season review, and then we'll leave the club. And of course, we'll then be on a journey to try and find out who will be next for us. But as you can see there, trophy is in the bag, which is great. We did sign a few players: John Einarsson from Copenhagen, Rene Koller, and Daniel Motta, all coming in from other clubs. 2 on loan, John Einarsson on a permanent. 20 years old as well. I thought pretty decent player to bring in. A few were sold as well. I think we did okay with that. A few of the younger players that weren't really going to do much. And then obviously plenty that were loaned out as well. Now looking at the season itself, like I say, we did go almost undefeated. I mean, if you ignore the first game, we did. But unfortunately, yeah, Inter Milan were just too much for us on the first day of the season. But maybe that shocked us into a good performance, as we did end up winning 5-0 against Torino in the next game and then went unbeaten for the rest of it. So really, can't complain. Did very, very well in that. Champions League was a shame. We did do very, very well in the group stage, beating PSG 3-0, winning all other games other than the PSG game at the end, which we lost 3-0. But ultimately, we did win the group, and it did put us through to face Chelsea. But they were just a bit too good for us on the day in the second leg, and that was kind of that. Italian Cup, though, again, it was really disappointing. We absolutely dominated that game, ridiculously so. I can't quite believe how much we dominated it and didn't win. But what was even more annoying was the fact Nang, who is in fact on loan from us to Atalanta, got the assist for their first goal and scored their second. So that's not frustrating at all, that we loaned him out and he knocked us out of the tournament. So a little bit frustrating. And he only scored 4 goals all season. So, I mean, yeah, bit of a piss take, really, isn't it? Maybe that's my own fault for letting him play against us. But there you go. We won 6-0. That was our biggest win. And a 5-0 win against Napoli as well was a match to remember. Great result there. And then in the 6-0 win against Mantova, we got the goal of the season by Corona. Finances-wise, I mean, it fluctuates so much depending on how well you do in Champions League and all that sort of thing. Jamar got the top sales for shirts, then Rangel, then Escobar, then Niada, and finally Yusuf Demir. It'll be interesting to see how they do, considering they still do have a lot of players that will be retiring very, very soon. And a few players will actually be leaving the club at the end of their contract. Madison in goal, though, this is the best team. Obviously, as I'm sure you're aware, how we lined up. Karuna, Rangel, Niada, and Sangoz at the back. Jamar in the midfield. Alexander Luiz, who came into his own this season, and I think that's what got us the win of the trophy at the end. Daniel Motta, Koller, and Porro. A couple of loans in that really, really helped us. 20 goals and 26 goals. Our 2 top goal scorers this season were loanees. which we needed to do to get any chance. Oldest goal scorer, Pedro Porro, 38 years and 231 days. I'll be surprised if he's around next season because of his age. But Fans Player of the Year was Raul Rangel. Alexander Luiz got Young Player of the Season. I mean, he was very, very good. Vita Corona with goal, as we saw. Collar as top goal scorer. Escobar with most assists, 18. But some good results. Competition awards, though. Italian Serie A Best Player of the Season, Pedro Porro. He also got Defender of the Season as well. So, I mean, it's impressive for 38 years old, isn't it? He's done very, very well. World Under 21 Footballer of the Year was Daniel Motta, though, and Golden Boy. So he's done extremely well to get that. Gianetto and Niada also won Under 19 Best Defender and Midfielder. So a very good side, which hopefully we've set them up for in the future. We haven't just ditched them completely. Although, to be fair, the other side of it, we have got a lot of their players being released and leaving the club. So it's one of those. I think, it's not great. We tend to leave clubs in a bit of a mess because we just don't bother renewing contracts because it's funny. But with that said, they want to give us a new contract. We obviously can't accept it. I mean, that's accepting the vision. So really, it's not a contract, is it, I guess? But with that, we'll probably just leave now. There's not much else to say. I don't want to pick somewhere and then not turn up. I mean, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? A bit harsh of us if we do that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it is at the end of the season here. I'm a full front runner as well. But with that, let's leave the club. We've got our trophy. We know what we've wanted. So we will resign now from Juventus as their manager. 2 years there. I'm a bit gutted that we didn't do quite as well as we'd hoped. But hey, we got a trophy. We still got a chance of catching up with Mourinho. Not likely. It's looking less and less likely. But yeah, I think we've still got plenty of time. I thought Newcastle had a job going then, but they don't. I was getting really excited. Wickham and Sunderland do, however. Two teams that maybe we won't be looking for a job at. So I think what we'll do in this episode is actually find our next job. It was quite a quick turnaround at the end of the season with Juventus. We didn't have any cup finals, anything like that. So we'll see if we can find our new job, or at least see what kind of offers we might get over the next kind of couple of months before pre-season. Hopefully we get somewhere before pre-season and it's not during the season. Although if we come in halfway through the season, we do get the rest of the time in the challenge to complete it. So that might be quite a good little thing to do, but we'll see. But I'll just pause it for now and I'll be back with you in just a moment once we've got a bit of an update. Okay, so it's not been long and two managerial positions have come up. We've got Newcastle and Tottenham. Now, obviously, we've got to apply for them and have an interview and all that sort of stuff. So there's still a long way to go. But Jurgen Klopp can only have one of those jobs, and that includes the Juventus job. So I think we'll have to go for both of them, or at least apply for both of them, that's for sure. They have won... Have they won? No, they haven't won the Champions League just yet, but they've won a lot of other stuff, Tottenham. Player-wise, what's their... Right, let's have a look at their history. How did they do last year? They came first in the season before, so they actually won the league after finishing 8th. Premier League is such a tough league to win, though. Although we did do it with Arsenal. We've done it before. And Newcastle, they have won the league before, but not in this save most recently. They did finish 4th the season prior, but it looks like in the English Premier League, they didn't actually get into the top divisions, although Tottenham was fighting for the trophy again. I think if we get the opportunity for both, I think we've got to go for Tottenham, haven't we? But what I will do is apply for both jobs, and we shall see what might be ahead of us. Obviously, Newcastle's very exciting because of how much money they should have, but Tottenham being second in the division last year, winning it the year before, could be kind of the golden egg for us if we do want to win stuff. And obviously, there is a lot of trophies available if we go into the Premier League and that sort of thing. They've received both our job applications, so let's see how it goes, and fingers crossed we get an interview and discuss things. I don't want the Sunderland managerial role. Thank you. So we've got an interview at Newcastle. It's taken a little while, but hopefully we can see what we can do here. Managing a number of clubs, what we've done is a good thing. I'm ready to settle. Yeah. You're up for a few. Are you hedging your bets? I'm merely considering my options. Are you able to use the worries about your intended to handle with you? Do you think it matters? It doesn't matter. We understand the importance of having the right backroom staff in place. I heard. Nah, I don't need any changes. That all seems acceptable to me. Whatever that is, I don't care. I just want the job. If hired, we would expect you to achieve a top half finish. Is that fair? I ain't giving this job. We could do much better. Why not? I think the proposed transfer budget is fine. 95 million. Yep, I'm happy with that. Not as good. Decide to hire. I have no request to propose. Right then. There you go. It's just a waiting game now. So we've just had a interview with Tottenham, and we're being said to be being offered the job. So I mean, things are going quite well in that regard. Fingers crossed. That means that we'll at least get one of them offered to us, and then we can go on to be a fantastic manager in England again and win the league with either Tottenham or Newcastle, and we'll be flying, and we'll have won every trophy possible to then go through and beat Mourinho's record of trophies, which is quite high. Very tough one. But yeah, let's see what offers we get. So we can see here that in fact, Ferreira has been assigned as Juventus manager, and we have been approached by Newcastle. 96 million transfer budget, 3 million per week in wages, and 105 wages for us as well, which isn't too bad. Ex-manager was Zinedine Zidane, who went to Real Madrid. Now, looking at the players, what have we? I mean, there is a high variety of nations in there. I don't know if it's a good idea for us to take this or not at this stage. They've obviously got a good few players in here which are very, very good. Richard Lamb with that beautiful face of his. But are we going to get the best out of Newcastle? Is it enough? Is it a case that we'll delay it? We'll delay it and see if Tottenham come in. If Tottenham come in, great. If they don't, we might be in a bit of trouble. But we'll have to see, because I think Tottenham are the job. Tottenham's the job we want. Tottenham, definitely. They finished second last year. They're obviously on good form in that sense. They've got the players to be able to do the job. It's just whether they will do the job with me in charge. That's the question, really. But at this stage, I think Newcastle would just be a bit too much to get anywhere near any trophies at the moment. I mean, it's 96 million. It's a lot of money, but players cost ridiculous amounts of money now in the game. It gets to a point where when you're in 2038, players are costing 200 million if you want someone who's actually decent. So it'll be a challenge, but there's only one way to see, and we'll certainly get to that stage and let you know if we get the job. All right, then. So we have got the offer. It's more money. The transfer budget and wage budget are different. I think we've got to take it, right? I think the fact that they're in the Champions League, they're in more competitions, they're in the Community Shield as well, which is just could be a free trophy. We got to do it. We got to sign for him. 110k. That's absolutely fine. Let's go and join Tottenham Hotspur, and hopefully we can end our seasons on a high and get some big trophies in the bag for us whilst we take a look. But let's have a little look at the squad. Every month. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Let's take a look, see what we've got here. So, there's some decent players here. We've got the likes of Steve Kameni, who looks very, very good. I mean, as an inverted wing back, would it work? I kind of think it would. I mean, he's naturally a defensive midfielder anyway. He can play there. So him tucking inside from right back, pretty good. Very experienced. 6'4", so a giant at the back as well. Looks very, very nice. Andrea Jackie. I don't know if I've said that right, but the Croat, again, very, very good looking keeper. So that's exciting. Tanguy Nianzou, 36 years old, but still looking solid as a rock back there. And then going forward, we've got Benedictus Simon. Phenomenal name and potentially a phenomenal player. Definitely if we play him a bit further forward as well. We've got Michele Della Abra. Again, as a striker or even behind as a shadow striker, I think would be great. And then we've also got Ugo Magliocca, another one inside forward, probably play him as a striker or even as a shadow striker again, to give us a couple of options there. But we've got a few other players here that we can certainly take a look at and look through. But I'll be having a look. I'll see what's available. We've got a good chunk of money and a good chunk of wage budget as well. So we might be able to bring a couple of players in, even from old clubs, whatever that may be. But you can just see the values of these players are just ridiculous. Stupidly high. But we'll see how it goes. We'll take a look at the squad, take a look at all of that stuff, and then we'll be back for our first Tottenham game of the season. Who have we got that yet? It looks like we have. Oh yeah, of course, it'll be the Community Shield against Man United as well, so a big game. But yeah, we'll be back for that, hopefully to win our first trophy, and at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But with that, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you when we're back with Spurs.